Good evening, everyone. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow here, just very, very tired. This is going to be our plan going into April 18th. What did we have today? Well, we balanced around the highs during overnight, came into the pivot on both tickers, and found the bid and ramped aggressively into the close. Both tickers closing roughly at second standard deviation of VWAP on the day. Both tickers near the highs of their balance. NQ getting to about that 195 area, and the ES getting to that 4175 number. Now, the VIX is at 17, and in general, I wonder if we're going to have a sell in May and go away scenario where that VIX goes up as the indices travel down. That's just something to think about as the VIX gets very, very muted. We're not even in the summer yet. We're trading with a 17 VIX, so that's just something to note. Now, how am I looking to trade these guys tomorrow? Let's look at this over here. Let's go over here. On the ES, if we gap up, I'm looking to get long at the close here. Just the idea being is that a lot of individuals are offside going into today's close. If we gap up and fail to hold that gap, or if we open inside range and fail to make that breakout occur, if we try and look above and fail, I'll be short that 76 half for a move downwards. Now, if we open between kind of a 65 and 70 kind of thing, I want to be long 63 quarter, not last week's high, but the week prior to that, that week high, last week's close, value area high from last week. Our open is right around there. All sorts of stuff is right around there. And so I want to be long there after a tag of today's VWAP close at 61.75 for a run up to that 74 area, 74, 75. Below there, usually I would not want to be long at 44, given it's right around the middle of our higher time frame balance. Perhaps I should throw this up here. It's kind of back in this pivot area. However, I really, really liked where it's situated. It's right around the halfback. It's right around the weekly point of control. It's right around the weekly VWAP close. There's just a lot of stuff at that 44 number that I'm interested in. So I will be taking that long still, even though traditionally, if that was not there, I'd be looking for us to go to the lows of balance, to this kind of 41.15 or lower area. However, I will be bid there tomorrow. Now, if that does break, I'll be looking to get long at this main auction we had during Thursday's nice trend up session at 30 to 32. And if that breaks, not looking to get long for the rest of the day. And, I doubt we'll be getting much more than a 50-point range during this full session. Just looking at my other chart to see if I see anything that I like. And I don't think that I do. 4104. Yeah. I don't want to be long after testing these lows so many times. I think it's just due for them to break. I've played the lows multiple times. I'd rather avoid it at this point. Now, on the NQ, similar story. We got down to last week's VWAP close at 99 quarter, and then we ramped up to this thing back towards that 195 area. We've had multiple highs. Now, NQ to me continues to look distributive, and overall I continue to see this as distribution on a very high time frame. We're holding this main level around 950. That's been a huge level. That also corresponds with February's highs. To me, as long as we're trading below last year's halfback at 13,500, this just looks like distribution to me, and we'll be making our way back downwards. So how am I looking to play the NQ? Well, given we've already tagged last week's VWAP close, I think we can go ahead and come down to the other side of balance towards this, let's call it 13K or lower number. So let's go ahead and bring that over here. Similarly, just like on the ES, I want to be long at the close if we get a gap up, and I'll be looking for a gap up over this Sunday, Monday overnight high. If we get a gap up there, I'll be taking this close along at 189.5. And likewise, I'll be taking a short at 80.5 if that gap close fails, or if we get a failed breakout attempt. And I've been looking at this as well, and I think I'll be doing the same thing, shorting 62s before a tag of today's VWAP close. Same with that idea, 80 half, and just shorting it if we get that failure to gap close, or if we open above, perhaps I should say, short if open above. Now, below there, looking at long 13,100, that's where we had the primary auction today. We did a really great job developing some volume there. Not looking to get long there on ES, just because we have that last week's VWAP close still open at 43 half. So a little bit of a difference there. Now below there, like I'd mentioned, I want to see us come down to the other side of balance, way down here, towards 970. What I'd want to see is, and perhaps I should show on the RTH for this, I want to see us get into this gap, full price gap close, I'll call it that, at 958.50, and then come back above this 970 number, 970 half representing last week's 95% value area low. Just confirming that on another chart. Yep. And take this 970 long for a move back up towards what's been an important support and resistance line, right around 13,012 to 20. That's all I'm really looking at for tomorrow. Above there, only got a 311 short, so not really looking at a ton, especially if we just kind of, if we end up just gapping up here and moving on upwards and just not doing much. I don't really have a lot here. Netflix earnings after the bell tomorrow. Tesla earnings. Not sure if that's before, during, or after the market hours on Wednesday, but not a lot of news. Not a lot of volatility with a 17 VIX. Perhaps when I'm better rested, I'll have some better ideas for you guys. But for now, this is how I'm looking at it. That's all I got for you guys. If you're trading this Globex, have fun and trade safe, you guys.